Hey, and welcome to a new episode of Watch Us Play. I'm Eric Norris, alongside Joey Davidson.
Hello.
What are we playing, Joe?
Witcher 2, Assassins of Kings.
Witcher 2, what is it, Monster Detective?
Monster Detective.
Yeah, so this game just came out this week on Xbox 360. It came out last year on PC, and for a while was a PC exclusive, and a game that PC players could tout around as being only theirs.
Yeah, and then
Not so much.
We showed them.
Yeah,
didn't we?
PC always, or console always gets our way.
That's right.
So we're a little bit into the game here. Joe's actually playing the game, and he's in a quest to do what exactly?
Detect monsters. No, there's this one, think sea monster, river monster attacking a village, and I am basically on a quest to stop it.
Yeah.
It's still very early in the game. I don't think it's going to get too spoilery. I'm with my lover, Triss, the mage up there that's running ahead.
You get a full frontal shot of her right at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, you do.
So there you
Boobs
go.
and all.
For the creepers out there in the audience. But yeah, like you said, this actual mission takes place a little ways after the prologue, which is actually pretty long.
Like a couple hours.
Yeah. But doesn't really go into anything too intense as far as spoilers. So if you're looking to pick up this game and you don't want to see anything like too substantial,
this isn't.
You should be fine.
Yeah. I don't know. Essentially, we show off a couple things here. You're going to see the combat system. Witcher 2's combat it's no joke, man.
Yeah.
You got to be really deliberate about what you do. This is me putting down protection spells and then laying traps and shit and just...
Snare some sea goblin things.
Downers? I don't know. I feel like I just grabbed that one. But
yeah. The actual 360 version, something new included in it is an actual tutorial, like a combat tutorial at the beginning that you actually go through, and the game actually, depending how well you do there, will offer you up a difficulty that it feels is fitting. I actually didn't beat the tutorial combat section, and it offered up easy. It was basically like, you suck. Play this game on easy.
I think I got offered easy too, but I declined.
Yeah, I went straight to medium.
Yeah.
But that just goes to show you kind of how, like, you have to be methodical in combat. You don't just rush in and start
hacking and
slashing.
The unfair thing is, it's like, here's the combat system. All right, now get judged. Like, it just doesn't really give you any room to learn. But once you actually get into the game and you spend a little bit of time and you realize, I need to be fucking careful. Like, you don't regenerate health. Like, you're pretty much every hit counts as a hit.
Yeah.
So you have to be very deliberate in laying traps, which these guys totally fucking avoid that one.
Yep. Putting up defensive shields as you're doing right now.
Constantly, man. I use that. I think it's called Quen. I want to say I use that constantly.
Yeah, and rolling is very important. Ducking and rolling.
You'll see me roll out of harm's way pretty much the whole time I play. This game is pretty unforgiving when it comes to combat. I'm just here like for some
Yeah, he's just picking. He's supposed to be the big bad Witcher monster hunter, and he's just like sitting back and cherry picking.
Yeah. Can't be bothered, man.
That's all right. But
So what you're gonna see, if you notice the things up above, those are timers. The one on the right is my protection spell. That's that blue aura that either lasts as long as the timer indicates or until I get hit. The other thing is a potion. So the way potions work, I really love this actually, and you'll see it kind of on the meditation screen once this combat section ends. You have a toxicity level, and as a Witcher, you're able to handle a certain amount of toxicity before you die. Potions, while giving you things like increased health and faster regenerating vigor and health, also increase your toxicity level, so you can't just overload on potions and run into battle. You have to be very selective.
Yeah, and there's also like, each battle you kind of got to prepare for, almost. Like, you can oil up your blade to cause more damage, or cause enemies to bleed or be poisoned. Like, there's an aspect of preparing for battle,
right? Exactly.
That you're introduced to early in the game, and then you learn to take advantage of that stuff, because any advantage really counts in combat in this game.
As far as, and you'll see me pull up the meditation thing right here. So this is the alchemy system that we were just talking about, and that's the potion thing. Right now I can't drink any because my toxicity's up already, and I just don't want to fuck around with it. You can make it higher, but you're at risk.
Yeah.
What I will say about this game so far, it's probably the truest Western RPG that I've played in probably since the original Dragon Age.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll agree with that.
and I think it even goes a step further than that. Like, everything here is very deliberate, very calculating. Like, you kind of have to be very conscious of what you're doing and what you're choosing as far as slots and weapons and shit goes. And I'm still so early in the game, I feel like I've barely scratched the surface.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole leveling tree, multiple trees that you can dish points into.
Yeah.
You know, you'll spend a lot of time in the menus, actually, with... going through your equipment, your inventory, stuff you find, you know, like some of the other games, you have a certain weight that you can carry as far as items and all of that good stuff.
The fun with a good RPG is character management.
Yeah.
You know, and that seems to be present here. But one thing that I will say that I absolutely hate, and I don't know if you're getting a good vibe of it now because we've got the game turned down, but the dialogue, and I mentioned this to Eric when he walked in, some of the voices are recorded so loud or mixed so loud that they actually come off buzzy and clipping when you're playing. So if you wear headphones or something, turn down that dialogue a little bit when you first start. It's obnoxious. I want to go.
No.
But otherwise, the game's been really enjoyable so far. I know you've been playing it, Eric.
Yeah, I mean, I'm near the end of the prologue, I want to say.
Prologue's lengthy.
Which is lengthy. It's very, very cool, though, the way they actually deliver the story for that.
Story seems great so far. It's got a lot of layers to it. I haven't found myself like wishing I'd play the original Witcher, which I'd never played the original.
Yeah, no. The original one, when it came out, wasn't even like on my radar all those years ago.
Not good enough.
And what do you? Nope. Goats.
There's
some goat stuff.
Some corpses.
Yeah, I never played the original either, but you know, with this new one, like the story is delivered in a way that you don't know all the names and everything when you're first introduced, but the pieces slowly come together.
Right,
over the
you know
course
who
of,
you
like,
are.
the
I mean,
prologue.
and it's nice because the main character has amnesia, so
It works.
yeah, which
It works
totally
nicely.
lends itself to good storytelling.
Yeah.
But that's it for this Watch Us Play.
Yes. Pick up Witcher 2 on 360. It's out now if you dig what you see here. And follow us on Twitter, and we'll catch you next time for another Watch Us Play.